You were sure your mother titled everything to avoid probate, whether she used a trust or beneficiary designation. Now she's passed on and you find out her car is in her sole name and she just received a refund from the assisted living that's payable to her estate. Now what? Here with my answers is my law partner, Mike Solomon.
Hi, Laurie.
Now we previously discussed probate, but can you give just a quick overview?
Sure. When someone passes away, how do we transfer their assets from them to whoever inherits their assets? That's the process of probate. You have to take the will, file it with the probate court, get appointed executor, and depending on the assets involved and any other complications, the shortest is going to be 6 months. It could be last years, depending on what happens.
Okay, so why do we want to avoid probate?
Well, partly because you want to speed things up typically, you want to save costs, and probate has those problems. So, for example, if you had a bank account and you didn't have anything special on it, you pass away, it has to be probated. They have to go to the bank with certain papers to get access to the funds. But if you name a beneficiary, a payable on death account, all the beneficiary has to do is go to the bank with the death certificate, get the money. It's a lot faster, quicker, saves money.
All right, but what if you forget just one bank account or something? How does that work then? Do you have to probate everything?
No, you don't have to probate anything. You have to probate that asset. Now, fortunately, Ohio has two provisions that are shortened and simplified probates. One's called a release from administration, one's called a summary release. Summary release is the easiest. So if your spouse is inheriting all your assets and they pay for the funeral, basically as long as the assets that go through probate that you haven't done other stuff with don't exceed $40,000, you can use this summary release. If it's not the surviving spouse, if it's another individual, it's only $5,000. But that's the quickest way to do it, and the cheapest and fastest.
Okay, what if its assets are higher than those amounts?
Well, then there's something called a release from administration. So if it's going to an individual that's not a spouse, if the assets are less than $35,000, you can do that. If it's a spouse, it has to be $100,000 or less. Then you can use this release from administration, and that's relatively quick also and can be done cheaper and faster.
Okay, so less paperwork, less time, less money. Sounds good. It's a good thing to know this. So if a parent or other loved one has chosen to avoid probate but just misses an asset or two, there may be a simplified process to claim those assets. Questions? Call Mike at the number coming up next.
Call Solomon, Steiner, and Peck at 1-888-236-5173 for more information or to schedule a speaker for your organization. Or log on to www.ssnplaw.com.
Thanks for joining us. On next week's show, how did Cleveland get its start? We'll explore the exciting adventures of our home sweet hometown. Then we'll update you on all that AARP is accomplishing in Ohio. And if you lend a helping hand, are you liable to land in legal trouble? We'll present provided protections. But until then, please remember to make the most of your golden opportunities.
If you'd like to join our kitchen conversation, visit our website, www.goldenopportunities.tv. Like us on Facebook. Call us at 440-742-GO-TV or email us at kitchen@goldenopportunities.tv. We'd love to hear from you.
Golden Opportunities is paid for by Elder Productions.